This is the Front Range Momentum Podcast with James and Brian, helping home service companies grow, adapt, and stop learning lessons the hard way.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us on the FRM Podcast. I'm here with Brian. Brian, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me here, man.
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you that don't know, Brian is a 30-year plumber, and he's trained up dozens of people from zero to megabucks sellers. So I just want to tee off this episode by asking Brian, what kind of things, when you walk into these businesses we work with, what kind of things do you see that could readily use improvement?
I think one of the biggest things is communication between everyone involved in the company. There's a lot of issues with communication. Yeah, when there's management that micromanages people, sometimes it limits their growth. Kind of holds them from thinking outside the box. Because I was kind of one of those guys and I had to fight for everything I wanted to get done. You know, hey, I have an idea. No, we're not doing that. Oh, okay.
On that note, there's a lot of things that businesses can do to completely change the trajectory of where they end up by the end of next year. And when I say next year, I mean the end of 2026. So let's talk about one thing here. Leads, right? So many people in the home service space are just like, get me leads. Totally understand it. Totally get it, because on the surface, that's what you want, is a huge volume of leads. But what if I told you that the volume of leads actually wasn't the main thing you wanted? It was more so the quality and the ability to get return on your spend.
Yeah.
Right?
I was thinking outside the box.
Yeah, because we've run into a lot of people that they'll spend, we talked to a guy a couple weeks ago, $14,000. Mm-hmm. He got garbage out of it. No real jobs, just money down the toilet.
Right.
And you hear that story over and over again, or they hired a marketing company that tried to put everything together for them and then nothing happened. There was no results. Or the people that called wanted to do like a $5 job, that kind of deal. So there's all these like pitfalls. And the thing that we realized in this business is we want to prove, I guess, to a lot of these business owners that marketing can be an investment for them, not just an expense.
Mm-hmm.
Like so many times people are like, oh, it's so expensive. It's so this, it's so that.
That there is such a thing as
right.
ROAS.
But what's that thing you say about price?
Price is only an issue in the absence of value.
That's so true. Price is only
that is true.
An issue in the absence of value.
I should say price only becomes an issue in the absence of value.
Right. So think about it this way. If we were to spend, just say, $5,000 a month on advertising, and you've only ever done referrals, you've only ever had people putting you in maybe smaller news magazines or newspapers, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 a month, you're like, $60,000 a year. Like, that seems astronomical, right? Like that's a full-time salary employee maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. They're looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah. Sure. Money's that way, right? If you put it to work in the right way, what if that $60,000 could become $180,000 or $240,000 or $300,000, and you get a 5x return?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you could guarantee that, you'd throw money at that all day long, because there's nothing even in the stock market that's going to come close to that kind of return in that small of a time frame.
Right.
Unless you happen to bet on the one stock that's a unicorn. But
that's our daily battle.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
getting these
right.
people the return on their investment.
Yeah, it's a battle. And I think the reason there are so many bad marketing companies is because they want to scale up and do 5,000 clients or something across the country. But we wanted to do something different here, right? So we wanted to be local. We wanted to be lower volume, but deeper touch with our clients.
Right.
And I think that's really the model that works. I mean, all these like couple $100 a month deals.
I think it's a good idea for you to explain what a deeper touch with our clients means, though, because some of these people listening may not quite understand that.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point. So let me give you a comparison. If you hire this advertising company that's $200 or $300 a month, I have one in mind. They're going to give you cookie cutter solutions across the entire United States, maybe the world, things that have worked in the past, but maybe are slowing down. The thing we know about marketing is that it's always evolving. It's always changing.
Right.
And so a high touch service from us means we're constantly learning and researching and staying on top of what's working. I mean, who has time to do that if that's not your job? Like they're already running their businesses. They're trying to get people out in the field to do their jobs. Like they don't have time to sit here and learn about AI's implications on marketing, you know?
Right.
And so that's what we do. And we take that knowledge and those learnings into their business, and more or less for a lot of these businesses become their marketing arm to say, you guys handle the excellent, superb work you do, and we'll handle getting the right people in place to help you do the jobs.
Getting you in front of those people.
Getting you in front of those people. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So
excellent.
Yeah, I think we have a good approach on that. I think from another perspective here, what do you think is the most important thing that we tell our customers? Like what do you walk away from meetings thinking, man, we're going to make an impact in XYZ kind of way?
It's a pretty good question, actually. It doesn't didn't come popping in like
on the cuff. Yeah. You got to make it up here.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me think. I don't know. I just see it as the connection that we make with the client. I get excited about that. Like, this guy's cool, and I can see the potential for the growth in their company if what we deliver hits for them. And it's exciting because it's like taking that unknown scary thing and lassoing it. Now we've got a hold of it, so stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's the answer you were looking for, but
no, I mean, any answer is a good answer. There's no dumb question, right?
Right.
Except that question.
Except for the one you don't ask.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good answer. To me, what that speaks to is one of the core things we want to accomplish with everybody we take on, which is to predict growth, predict results.
Yeah.
That's a big piece of what we do. Now, of course, you're going to be off by dollars and cents, but you have a ballpark at which you're aiming,
Right.
That's something that a lot of these guys are just kind of waiting for the phone to ring to do the next job, to get the next referral. But to be able to predict
they're complacent about it. And we're more active and we're not reactive, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be reactive.
Yeah.
You want to be proactive.
We want to be the ones setting the standard.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me excited is because I know what we deliver to our client. So then this guy's going to love us,
Yeah.
So it gets me really motivated.
Yeah. No, that's true. I like that too. I like to see the sparks in their eyes light up when it's like, oh, wow. Like we actually have a plan to get to our revenue goal this year. Like that's so cool.
Compared to when we first started the meeting and they're like, oh, I wasted $14,000. I got screwed. These guys stole my content. And we tell people stuff like, you get to keep your content that we make you. You own your website. You own everything.
Yeah.
We're not taking anything from you. All we're doing is becoming that arm you were talking about of their marketing.
We want to be a legit partner.
It's like we're a partner, team. Right.
Yeah. Go team. Go team, go.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, I think the other part of what we want to do is not only predict results, but systemize growth. Figure out ways that we can repeatedly. I don't know.
Repeatedly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Measure outcomes that we can scale, because
Because it gets us closer to that guarantee that these business owners want.
Yeah.
Because all the other guys blow smoke up their ass and tell them, oh, we'll get you blah, 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 and they get them like 2, and they're supposed to get them 20 or whatever. And that also is exciting because when I know we can deliver on what we do.
Right.
Because I've seen it.
Because we've been doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
No, that part makes it exciting. And I think the systems that we built are surprisingly robust. And I'm really 26 is going to be a good year. 26 is going to be an awesome year.
I'm excited
because we've been laying the foundation.
We're just warming up, baby.
Yeah, that's right. And warming up. We got some of the right people in place. Got some all-star players on the team.
Yeah.
And so I think sky's the limit. And I think there's also in this modern world a desire to still have business relationships, so much AI and so much automation and all this and that.
But real authentic
relationships.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
there's so much out there that's
I mean, nobody needs another fake relationship, but coming in and like legitimately caring about somebody's business and saying, let's go, let's figure this out. Let's work on this together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that's becoming more rare. Maybe that's just my take on it, but I think that makes us unique. And because we believe in our customers, I think that's what's going to help our business be successful.
What about that thing we were talking about on our way back here to the office? Remember you were like,
it's something
Hermosi
no
such thing
said.
As bad marketing, but
Hermosi says that advertising always works. It's just a measure of how well it works.
How well it works. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's always
true. And that's what
right?
we're driving towards is knowing how well our stuff is going to work.
For instance, the guy that spent the $14,000, we actually looked at his account to see kind of what happened. He had spent a tremendous amount of money on a campaign that was set up incorrectly. And basically, he got a lot of impressions. And for those of you that don't know, impressions are just, he showed up in the midst of search results, right?
But so that's not even a click. That's just
no.
You
not
showed
a
up
click.
on a list.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. But the problem was his campaign was optimized for impressions or for reach, so that you could get a huge volume of
eyeballs on
the. You're right. Yeah. Exactly.
I see.
And that can work for certain situations, but if you're trying to get leads in the door.
Make the phone ring
and do jobs. That's not the right initial approach.
Right.
And so that's where all the money went. It wasn't monitored.
$14,000 flushed down the toilet because 1 million people looked at it, but he got like what, 1, 2 leads? I don't know how many.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't tracked well. That's another thing.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that a couple more leads than he realized came in through it.
Right. But he has no idea.
But he didn't track it. There was no ability to look back and say, oh, well, the attribution of this ad was XYZ.
And that's because somebody like us wasn't being his watchdog and keeping an eye on that stuff of, oh, shit, this is going nuts. Oh, man, this is set wrong. We're not getting leads on, we got to throttle it here and change it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He had no watchdog. It was just set it and forget it and cross your fingers or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think having a watchdog over your ad spend and your accounts is unbelievably important. Not only for the negative side, but also for the positive side, because on the positive side, marketing is a science. Marketing is something that you don't necessarily know all the answers to going in. You have an idea and an inkling, and you kind of know which audience you think you might want. But in reality, people are people.
Right.
People are dynamic. People respond to different things at different times for different reasons.
Right. And you might end up with a demographic that you never thought you would have, right?
Exactly. You might end up with the demographic you never thought you'd have, or the one you thought is tapped out.
Or
not even just not interested.
Yeah.
So you're always kind of testing and flavoring, looking at which ad copy works. Why does a video work versus a still, or why is it both? Or
or why was that Christmas picture of my family by the tree? Why did that blow up so well?
Yeah. Why did that connect so well, right?
Yeah.
So you're always testing, you know? So if you're not looking at the account and you just set it and forget it, like, you're at risk of all the upside of what marketing can deliver, So it is like we talk about it.
Wait, that was interesting. Say that again. You're at the risk of
missing out on the upside.
Missing out on the upside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what marketing can deliver.
I missed one word there, and it threw me for a loop.
Like, what are you talking about?
Wait, what do you?
Yeah. No, you got to keep a close eye on it. And, we believe that in addition to having great marketing, you have to have strong sales design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you spent 30 years selling stuff.
Mm-hmm. Boots on the ground. I wasn't really like a salesman. I wasn't a sales manager. I did training, obviously, and stuff, but it was a different animal back then. Now, with AI and all this other crap, it's so, I don't know how to explain it, convoluted. Back in the day, it was just, give people a good product and do what you say you're going to do. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's still that foundation, but.
Yes.
I mean, so would you say because things are convoluted now, does that make it harder or easier or weaker? Like what?
It's you have to take the skills that you have and refocus them in a different way. Back in the day, you would respond to something that happened with your client in front of you a certain way. And now, because of the way that these clients are getting in front of us now, and how different they are, that satellite thing you were talking about versus the funnel.
Yeah.
You have to treat it differently, and plus I'm getting up there in the years, so it's a younger crowd now of these newer businesses that are coming out, and so they're looking at it from a younger brain. I'm coming from, hey, I'm old school, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of them kind of like that. But you have to uncover what it is that helps them the best, really. That's what it's about. I love helping people. I love communicating with people. I love being in front of, it's weird. I don't like being in front of groups. I choke. But when I'm one-on-one, like we are right now, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So.
That's why you did 30 mil in sales.
Exactly. That's the one.
It was a one-on-one thing.
That one-on-one thing is that's the key. So, it's just different now, But the skills are still the same. You still have to care about the customer, and you have to demonstrate it to them. You can't just say I care. Saying it doesn't.
People only know how much you care because what do you say?
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what generation you're from. That is a innate thing in the human whatever communication world.
Yeah.
If you can't show someone that you care about them, or if they get the impression that you care more about the money you're going to make off of them, they aren't going to buy.
Yeah.
They'll
that trust is broken.
People aren't stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny part about that is that there's so many, home service companies out there. Mm-hmm. You've got 5 or 6 choices that you could name off the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes in and gives you that impression that they're just there to sell you ultra high ticket stuff,
right,
for better or for worse,
or you're asking too many aggressive questions,
Right.
Hey, how's your tankless water heater? I don't have a tankless. I have a tank. Oh, would you like a tankless?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, okay, let's make the sale there. But
yeah, right.
No, not gonna happen.
Yeah, this one client we just visited today, I really loved their approach where they're like, if you take care of your customer, the business comes naturally after that.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying their founder was having people call him 5, 6, 8 years later. No work in between, but 8 years later, They come back and do like a repipe with them or something.
Right.
Like that's...
I've had a few of those. I now that I live out here, I had to refer those to my buddies back home.
Yeah.
But man, it's amazing when like 2 years later, you haven't touched your wrenches in years. And all of a sudden somebody calls you, hey, remember me? Yeah. Well, I trusted you, and who are you still working?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm doing something different now. But I got somebody that you can trust as much as you trusted me, because I got buddies, all us contractors.
You got your network.
We all got our network.
I know a guy.
Exactly. I know a guy.
Oh,
that's good stuff. now I've helped a buddy move his business along farther. So
Awesome.
it's really rewarding.
Just paying it forward and seeing them
it's
grow.
just a matter of caring and showing that you care with your client, showing that you care with your buddies, making the right connections, and makes a big difference.
No, it for sure does. You know, it's sad to me when you see a lot of these
fighting to make the sale.
No,
all you're doing is you're making that relationship, and the people are like, well, this is a no-brainer. We need to go forward with this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's sad sometimes to see like when people go that route and they're like, oh, we got to hit a certain profit margin. It's got to be certain job ticket size.
I hated owners that were putting heat on me like that.
Yeah.
Like, you got to close $60,000 a month and, all this craziness. And, $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month. It got crazy after a while. And the owners that I worked for that weren't like that were just like, no, make the relationship, the rest will follow. Boom.
Way better.
The company,
bigger sales.
The company went from like 2 or 3 million a year. And when I left there, they were at just under, like, I think 30 million. And I was only there like 5 years.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. That's incredible. Well, gang, we appreciate you tuning into our podcast. We've reached about our time here. But if you have any questions, we'd love to chat with you about how we grow businesses here in Colorado. And we have a lot of fun doing it. Stay tuned for the next podcast, which is going to dive deep into AI and what it's doing in the industry, the home service industry in Colorado right now for 2026. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace. We'll see you next time.
You do you. We'll take care of the rest.
You do you.
You do you. We'll take care of the rest. We're your watchdog.
There you go.
Thanks.
Stay tuned for the next Momentum podcast where we talk about AI. Are you all in, already irritated, or artificially interested?